Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for C Plus Studios. This is the New World Podcast, brother. We're going to talk about Friday Night SmackDown. You know, what a show indeed. I bet emotions were high because of the fact that with this Vince McMahon coming back and this supposed, like, when it was reported that Saudi Arabia was buying WWE, to all the internal shit, and plus the rumors of Vince taking control back over creative, pushing Triple H to the side, Stephanie McMahon stepping down, and, you know, it's been a whirlwind in the WWE, and I can't imagine how the talent feels, you know, with all this news being in this company, and I feel bad for them, and, you know, their beliefs and personal strong beliefs about things and stuff like that, and that rumor of Saudi Arabia, you know, buying WWE and making it back into a private company. WWE's like, hey, no, hell no, hold the phone. Hold it. And Triple H himself had to have a meeting with the talent beforehand and be like, yo, yes, Vince is back. No, he's not in charge of creative. I am in charge of creative. Vince is back just so he's here to sell the company. We don't know who he's selling the company to, but he says this business as usual, and, you know, and this was from some articles I read, so I'm not saying his exact words, but I feel like that was the gist of it. Like, hey, I'm in charge of creative. We're doing this. Vince is back. Just don't worry about that, okay? We're on the right path. Royal Rumble's a couple weeks away. So I as a fan of the WWE, with all this news and all this craziness, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? You know, I had to I wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until SmackDown. I was kind of like, I got my fill of wrestling this week with Dynamite, so maybe I'll skip. But I'm glad I got out of that mind state and out of that funk, you know. Then I watched the show, and it started off with the Gunther versus Braun Strowman, who had some awesome Green Bay boots on that were pretty cool, dedicated to a player, I believe, who passed away. And they were in Green Bay, which was funny to me. And next week they're in Detroit. And that kind of made me laugh inside, because my Detroit Lions, baby, woo, they kicked the Green Bay out of the playoffs, so they can't get there, putting Seattle in, but that's football. We're here to talk some pro wrestling. Talk about two bookend matches to start the show and to end the show. Gunther taking Braun to the limits, and I can tell Braun was blown the fuck up. Because they had a really a thick match, thick boy. It was a thick boy. This match was great though. Gunther for the win, which I feel like is necessary because he got more momentum going into the Royal Rumble, and now it's Royal Rumble season. So now we have the wrestlers saying like, yeah, time for the Royal Rumble. You know, when I get in there, I'm going to fuck someone up. I'm going to throw the 29 men, baby. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to throw them over the ropes, baby. Throw them over the ropes. Or the women, you know, the 29 women that they can go against. But it's going to be, I'm in for a good show. So, you know, it has a hell of a main event. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Will Kevin dethrone him? Or will we see the Usos lose one of their tag team titles, because now we have a tournament going on, so we shall see. But like I said, Gunther for the win. This was a hell of a match to start the show. Then we had Rey Mysterio come out, talk about his thug son who went to jail for a few hours, but now he's hard, son. He's hard. And Rey Mysterio talking about how he's gonna go and he's gonna go win the Royal Rumble and everything like that. And guess who comes out? Karrion Kross, and he's insulting Rey. He's like, are you ashamed of, like, you're not, you're a bad father, blah, blah, blah. Ray gets heated, and then they get into it, but Karrion Kross chokes him out, setting up the stage for their rivalry because it's been Karrion Kross has been talking about Ray for a few weeks now, and I just like the fact that now we're to it. Let's get it done now, and we're probably going to see we're not going to see the match at Royal Rumble. I think we're going to see that match at another event or another Raw or SmackDown, but we're going to probably get a moment of that in the Royal Rumble itself. Could be wrong. We got 2 weeks. We only have a few matches on hand for the Royal Rumble that, so we shall see. But Karrion Kross choked Ray out. Damn it. Tegan Knox versus Lee. Xia Li, it was okay. Tegan Knox for the win. That crowd was definitely they're like, yo, Tegan. It was a good match for what it was, and I realized this show didn't really have that many because, once again, you had 2 bookend matches, almost 30 minutes apiece, one starting the show, one ending the show, and the theme of the night is Sammy. The bloodline isn't there, in quotations, as Paul Heyman tells Sammy, like, hey, the tribal chief says, you got this, he believes in you, blah, 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 setting that up, and then there's a confrontation between Sammy and Owens, and Owens tells him, like, yo, because Sammy's at him, he's like, yo, you keep getting in my business, and blah, 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 and Kevin Owens tells him, like, dude, I was on Raw, and I came here. That match with John Cena, I didn't ask for that tag team match. This match tonight, I didn't ask for this. Your boy did. Roman Reigns, setting more seeds of doubt and telling him Roman is manipulating him and he's drinking that tribal chief Kool-Aid and stuff like that. But Sammy doesn't hear it, So that's the thread to build all the way to the main event. We got a Bray Wyatt promo, and I will tell you this. This tickled my balls hard, because now we're getting somewhere with this. His entrance though is still magnificent and great. And that crowd, you could feel that crowd, but finally we got some fire from Bray. We have fire before, don't get me wrong. He's been on that mic, and this whole build up with LA Knight and that Mountain Dew pitch black match, he didn't say that either, which was funny, but he says the lights are coming off, But we there was a QR code, like, Bray Wyatt next, and you got a picture of The Fiend. We're laying the seeds, and he said it in that promo, I'm the eater of worlds. My baptism is coming, and it's going to happen at the Royal Rumble, and we're probably going to get a lot more pieces to the puzzle. And this was a long game, but now the payoff will be the Royal Rumble, and we'll see where we go from there. Liv Morgan had a little backstage skirmish with Raquel Rodriguez. This match was okay. I just don't, Raquel for the win. I just don't understand this whole Liv Morgan, situation of her she's trying really hard to be one. This is the version I called extreme Liv Morgan. She's crazy. She's throwing her head against the, turnbuckle, like, banging it like, what's up, blah, blah, blah. She's crazy. She pulls out the table, but Raquel for the win. and the finish made me kind of laugh because Liv goes on the top rope and she goes, wee! Raquel just swats her, just slaps her. She just drops her, goes in for a choke slam, and then 1, 2, 3. Oh, that shit made me laugh so hard, man, because after the table spot, like building up, and Michael Cole's like, she's something else. I don't know what she is, but she's wee! Then she goes, wee! And just slap by Raquel. Sorry, that shit made me laugh so hard. But Raquel for the win. We're still building Raquel Rodriguez, and we're also building towards the Women's Royal Rumble. So it's just not like, with all this shit going on with the WWE, this show is like, okay, we're getting back on track. In my mind, it's Royal Rumble season, baby. I took the day off for it too, so I got a 3-day weekend for the Royal Rumble. I can't do a big cookout like I was thinking because I had to change up my diet and stuff like that. But I'm excited, baby. Royal Rumble. We had Sonya Deville go to Adam Pearce begging for a rematch, saying, I want Charlotte Flair. And Adam Pearce like, yo, you made your point. You know, like, the difference is Flair, she went out there, challenged Ronda, boom, won. You went out, did the same thing, and lost. And Sonya Deville, she goes, I will figure out a way to get that rematch. And this was by far one of many things. One of my favorite things of the show tonight was the backstage brawl with Sonya Deville and Ric Flair, because my favorite parts was the refs like, get over. And fucking Charlotte's like, I ain't doing shit. She attacked me, motherfucker. That bitch, she attacked me. Just, Charlotte had these great little moments where she's like, I'm done. I'm off. Stop. Quit touching me, And Sonya just kept attacking, especially that last and final attack. And then at the end, Charlotte's like, come on, bring it. So I think we're setting in stone another rematch for the SmackDown Women's title. And I believe this will be at the Royal Rumble. Just a feeling. Because we got a couple of weeks, and I'm kind of rooting for Sonya. She's like, she's been here and there, the Adam Pearce stuff where she was like, when she was not cleared to work and this and that, but she's got a little feistiness now, a little spiciness that's kind of like, okay, I want to see you two go at it again, and if it's going to be at the Royal Rumble, so be it. Now the meats and potatoes of the show. Oh, before I say that, the Viking Raiders attacked Drew McIntyre and Sheamus last week after the show went off air to set up some form of match between them, but not only any match, because we see a promo, kind of a promo from the Viking Raiders, and then we get to Drew and we get to Sheamus. They're slapping each other, turning each other on like, yeah. And, with Adam Pearce like, okay, we'll solve this problem in a nutshell, okay? Sheamus wants the Usos again because he wants a rematch for the tag team titles, and Drew wants the Viking Raiders, and was it vice versa? Either or, Adam Pearce was like, yo, we're going to put you in a tournament. It's going to be next week, and the team you're facing is the Viking Raiders, and it's going to be for the SmackDown. Whoever wins this tournament is going to go after the Usos for their SmackDown title. So we're coming to a point to where we're going to have two tag team title divisions again, a Raw and SmackDown. We shall see what happens with Owens, at the Royal Rumble. Does he take it? Does all the gold just flood away in the next couple weeks? We shall see. Now the meats and potatoes. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. If anybody had any doubt that this match wasn't going to be awesome, it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. These guys have been doing it for years, and like Wade Barrett was saying, he goes, I don't care if they were wrestling in bingo halls before and all this history and blah, 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 but they have history. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They just come together and they just do a fantastic job talking smack to each other, this and that. But at the end, this is where I kind of really like the finish of this. With the bloodline coming out, Usos, Solo, then causing a DQ for Kevin Owens to win. And, Sammy had him in the corner, but then they came out and ding, 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 boom, Kevin Owens, won because of DQ. So, but this is setting up the seeds of doubt. Sami Zayn's going to be the biggest baby face you can ever think of, baby. I'm telling you, man. He's going to be big. He's going to be big, baby. He's going to be big. Because I think Sami's in the best place he can. He had some hesitation after they laid him out solo. Bam! Onto the table. Kevin Owens laid the waste. He's got a contract signing next week with Roman. We'll see how that ends up. Someone's going through something. Someone's going to get hit. It's a contract signing. So, We shall see, but we're building Kevin Owens as well. He has this monster threat of Roman Reigns, but not just of Roman Reigns, the bloodline in general. He's one man fighting against this army. He has to overcome the bloodline in order to dethrone Roman Reigns. But also we're planting seeds with Sami Zayn, who kind of hesitated when they're like, yeah, this is for you, Oos. This is for you. And then Sami's like, yo, my dog, like, I could do this. The tribal chief gave me a job and I want to fulfill my job. He's still the loyal person he wants to be to the tribal chief. He wants to know that he acknowledges the tribal chief and he will do anything for the tribal chief. How many times did I say tribal chief? You should drink every time I say tribal chief, because I think I say it way more than I should. But the bloodline, showing them out, going out, fade out of the TV. I give this show a solid 4. So a solid 4 out of 5. Storytelling wise, we're finally revving up after a crazy week with WWE and all the news and everything like that. I think the entertainment part is what really just pulls me back in as a fan. Like, just being entertained, And I know there's probably a lot of pressure amongst Triple H. He's in a position where that could be taken away from him. To really think about it, like, Stephanie ain't there to help him. Stephanie ain't there. What's his relationship with Vince? What goes on there? And that's just a corporation, thing that you got to be afraid of. And he's like, even though he's married to the boss's daughter, the daughter ain't there no more. She ain't co-CEO. It's all now in this Khan's hand. Khan! And Stephanie had some surgery. She got out of surgery and this and that. It's just been a crazy-ass week in the WWE universe. And a lot of people have been making a lot of crazy TikToks and stuff like that, especially when the Saudi Arabia news broke. And then then WWE's like, hey, stop that shit. No. So we shall see. Solid 4 out of 5. I really did have a good time enjoying SmackDown, much more than I thought. The entertainment part of what pro wrestlers do, what these guys do, these superstars, whatever you want to call them, they entertain us. They go above and beyond in that ring and give us a show. And, it's all hands on deck because the Royal Rumble's in a couple weeks. And I can't wait. Now, leave your comments below. What you love, what you hate. What was your favorite thing of the show? What made you pop? What made you laugh? What made you cry? What made you poop your pants? Drop those comments, and after that, hit that like and hit that subscribe button. Let's run those numbers up. All right? I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and this is the New World Podcast, brother, and it's for life.
Know this, son. When the lights go out, you should run.